Well, hello there. This is going to be quick, because Jeff is taking his nap right now. I didn't plan to come on here, but I got this card I've got to show you because you're going to love it. So when I saw this, this was one of our celebration offers that's coming up in January. So if you are not a stamper yet, but you are curious about what it might be like, in January is the time to buy some stamps and try it out because there are a bunch of things that you can get free. So for every $50 you spend, and believe me, if you are a beginning stamper, you will spend that in no time flat. For every $50 you get a free thing. And I think this is one of the freebies that is available. Hi, Sylvia. How are you? It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a while, so it's neat to have you pop on here with me just for a minute. This isn't going to take long. But when I saw this stamp set, I was thinking, the only way I can use that is embossing it. And I do emboss, but it takes a little extra time, to do that. So it's not something I do often enough to really like doing embossing too much. The effect you get is really cool. So it's worth the time it takes, but it just takes a little time. Hi, Diana. Doesn't it, Diana? You probably do a lot of embossing because you have a bunch of really cool cards out there. So I suspect you're one of those embossers out there who doesn't mind taking that extra step of sprinkling on the powder and heating it up and then scooping the powder back in. I know it doesn't sound like much, but for me, it's not something I want to do every day. But we are not doing that because what we're going to do with this is really cool. I know you've seen it before. It's just that this stamp set, it works better than some of the ones I've tried it on. So I'll leave that teaser. But the other thing that I want to show you goes really well with that because that is since it's a corner stamp, it's not one that, you can put that with a sentiment or something, but it's difficult to use. I'm pairing it with another one that's a new one that I am finding might be a little difficult for people to use. I love anything that is a transportation stamp. So I have a bunch of balloons, so I wasn't all that interested in that balloon, although it's a nice one because it's more of a well, you can actually see the people in this balloon, which is really cool. There's actual people in there. I think our other ones aren't so realistic. They're more of the fun, kid-friendly kind of thing. This one's going to go well with all of our little detailed landscape type scenes, right? But it's hard to fit on a card a big thing in a sky that just takes a lot of space. And the Zeppelin's really cool, but it's this airplane that I really wanted to use. So we're going to pair that today with that corner bouquet, and I think it's going to be really fun. So I'm going to do a drawing for the last two videos. I actually didn't intend to do a video today, but I thought, I'm going to just jump on here and do this. This one I can do really fast, and so I will do the drawing too. So make sure you share this video around. If it gets shared around, then I can do a drawing for it next time I come on, which is probably going to be a couple of weeks because it's almost Christmas break. Man, it's beautiful out there though. Not like Christmas as usual, and I'm loving it, loving the warm weather. I already went out on a nice bike ride today. So anyway, so here we go. This is for again, just share the video so that you get a chance to be entered in the next week's video. And the winner today is Andy. Andy, congratulations. So I've put your name up there in my window, and I will give you my little $5 coupon for Stampin' Up! Stuff in the mail. All right, so I'm trying a different lighting system here today, and in order to do that, because I need light on my workspace, but my light is just not being friendly to the new glass mat that I have that I love. And today I need this glass mat down here. So because I am going to be doing some sponging, and you'll be able to see the sponge. Those new sponges are so cool. I love our new sponges. So let me get my sound off so I can see your comments, and I'll get my glasses on, and oops, I'm losing stuff down there, and then we'll get started. It's going to take me just a minute. Hi, Carolyn. It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. Well, it's going well for everybody. I'm going to try to get this over so that my space is seen pretty well. And I think it's bright enough. It's going to take me a minute to see it up on the computer, but I think actually not having lights on it is going to work. I think my, as long as I am doing this at a time of day where it's bright enough, I don't think I'm going to need to worry about it. All right, so I've just got a scrap of Whisper White that I'm sticking out here, and we are going to get started right away. We've got a sponge first, because I do want a nice sky. And let's cut this down to the size I want. I want just a standard sized card. We don't need anything too big or too small. I'm going to end up with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's, and I'm not sure how many matte layers I want. I have some colors laid out here on the side that I am likely to use. I'm not really sure what ones I want to use yet. So I want this to start out somewhat small, but I will crop it after it's done. So we're going to go ahead with 4 1/8 by 5, and let's go with 5 3/8. Okay, let me get the edge that's kind of rough off, and then that'll be my starting card that we will be able to crop as necessary, but that way I won't be having to sponge quite so much on here. But this is our new brush, and yes, I have washed them. Let me see. The one I used last night and washed, it's all dry. It's looking good. It did take a little while to dry. So that is the one thing. It comes in a pack of 3 for just $12. I mean, this is a fantastic. This is the best sponger I've ever had, by far. But I will say that I am going to buy a bunch because I'm going to want to just keep the color on it and not have to be washing it. For like, I suppose some colors that I don't use a ton of, such as purples, I might wash one that I will be using for things like that. But once it's washed, you have to wait for it to dry to use again. So you're going to be a little limited. So I'm going to just use my and you're not going to see a lot happening here for a while because I am trying to do a very light sky. So this is a very slow sponger. You can use other sponges to get a faster coverage, but I am loving how it looks. It's smooth. With this glass mat, I don't have any of the darker edge on the side unless I want it. There's ways to get that. I actually don't want it on this card, so I am not going to do it. All right. I think, let me look at my corner stamp. I kind of forget which corner it goes in. So let's grab it. It actually goes in that corner. So I don't really want to color down in there. We're going to go ahead and sponge on this side and get most of that. And a tiny bit down here too. All right, now that is looking like a sky. I love that. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. Today, Jeff told me we went down and had coffee, and he said that the weather report was that we were going to have wind again. Now you can see I have taken, I stamped some of my images previously that I'm going to maybe use. This doesn't come with a die, but it's really simple to cut out. All of these images are going to be very simple to cut out. So these are ready for me to use if I want to, but mostly I am not going to be cutting them out. I'm just going to be stamping them right on whatever card I'm going to use. And this one is this is a kind of a design that I would normally just be using like in a monochrome kind of setting, you know, where you've got maybe some crumb cake, something that's not too dark, that's lighter, but that would be brown or blue maybe rather than this green. And then you would just use the same color ink and stamp those things, and that would look really pretty. But I think you're going to really like what I'm going to do. But what color do I want my airplane? I could do it just as a black one. You know, think we'll just stay simple, and we'll just do a black one. Sure, what the heck. I'm thinking I might like to match one of the colors in my flower. So how about we go with something blue? I do want it to stand out enough. I could do Misty Moonlight, but I don't think I have any of that handy. So instead of doing black, I think I'm gonna just go with gray. Gray goes with everything. Let's just go with basic gray. And we're gonna put our little airplane up in the sky. Okay, we want him to be flying up. There you go. Isn't that nice? Oh, love it. It's a great image. You just don't even have to do anything to it. It's so pretty, all on its own. And such great cards for any kid or a guy or, you know, anybody who flies a lot or travels a lot would really like any of them. And I do love the sentiments. There's Soar Confidently and To a Wonderful Man and Happy Father's Day and For You. They're really a lot of generic ones, but I love that Soar Confidently. So I'm going to get that one out later. But now I want to show you how I'm going to use, now here's one of my finished ones. This is kind of what we're going for. And you're going to say, how in the world did you do that? Well, I'm sure many of you already know. I didn't clean my stamp all that well last time I did this. I'm going to just use my markers to color right on the stamp, and I do need it to be clean and dry before I do that. And obviously I didn't quite clean it enough. Let's make sure it's nice and dry, because I want those markers to look really good. All right, what have we got here? Let's try. There's Magenta Madness. There is, I think I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel for my blue. We do want some yellow. Now these are our this is Pineapple Punch. These are Stampin' Right markers. And I don't use them a lot, but for this, it's going to be perfect. This is our Tranquil Tide would work, but I'm kind of thinking Just Jade is more like what I want. That's Call Me Clover. Let's keep that one out. What else have we got here? Coastal Cabana, I don't think so. Oh, what is this? These are the ones I don't use all right. This is certainly Celery, which is a really long ago one that we have. Now, I do have a big case of them, and this is pretty much how you buy them. You buy them in a big, giant case, but I've added so many colors, I cannot fit them all in here. So I've had to branch out. But this is going to give me a variety of colors. I think this is Blueberry Bushel, and that one's going to make, oh, that's Pacific Point, but that will work. We'll use that one. And I'm looking for Just Jade. Where are you? Should have gotten you out ahead of time, but I kind of just decided at the last minute, let's do this right now. Here's Granny Apple Green. That's going to be a good green. And I do think I want to put Tranquil Tide back in. Where are you, Just Jade? Is this you? No, that is also Tranquil Tide. Did I put Just Jade away? No, that's Call Me Clover. I think we're going to just not have Just Jade. I know I have you. Where are you? Oh my goodness. Well, this is what happens when you have too many. I'm going to have to pull you out of Just Jade when I do find you and keep you where I can find you. But you're definitely not coming to the front. Now there's Mossy Meadow, and I might use that, but I doubt it. We'll just go with what we've got. Okay, sticking pretty much with some basics. I do really like Flirty Flamingo. Flirty Flamingo's a great pink. So we'll do that. All right, now we're ready. So I want to have my stamp ready. What I'm going to do when I color directly on the stamp, I want to start with my lightest colors first. So we'll start with yellow. And the leaves are the biggest. You kind of want to keep your image nearby so you can see what you're coloring. As you can see, there's tons of leaves and they're all different. I want them to be different greens, so it's going to be a little tricky figuring that out. As you color a stamp, though, you get the hang of where to color. So you do want to practice a little before you actually do it on the one you're using. But greens, they're going to spread around pretty easily, so we're going to save all those greens to the end. Do those at the end. I'll start with yellow. It's the lightest color, and I'll need to make sure I note where I'm putting those. And then I'll go with my lighter pink and my darker pink and blue, and then proceed on to the greens. So that's the formula. You take the fat end and you just color where you want it. Now I've got there's some really pretty like seed pod kind of things. We're going to do those yellow. And then I do want some nice yellow fluffy flowers too. And when you've colored, you do kind of want to move a little bit fast. You don't want this to dry while you're thinking about your coloring placement. By starting with my yellows, I can not worry about spreading my green into my yellow or my blue or whatever I'm going next to. Anything that spreads from the yellow into it like this isn't gonna affect it too terribly much. So that's why you want to start with your lightest colors and move to the darker ones. Okay, so now let's see, we want a big pink one here. And we'll put some littler pink ones around. And the last one is blue, and I don't know if I want this many blue flowers, but there's some little tiny ones that I definitely want to be a pretty blue. And there are these little dotted things here. I'm not really sure. They're almost like a berry, and I wanted those to be blue also. All right, I did get a little bit on my flower there, so I think I'm going to take my yellow, and you saw me rub that blue off. I'm going to re-ink that yellow one. All right, I didn't color all the flowers, so I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo and get the last ones that I missed. See if there are any other ones in here. Some of them, it's hard for me to tell if it's actually a flower. I think those are some of the ones that I did that are blue. This is a really nice bouquet. So you're going to be able to be somewhat random here and not worry about it too much. So let's start with the lightest green, okay? Again, you want to use your fat end. And we're going to go in here and just do some of my stems and some of the grass. Not all, just some. And you can see I'm not really trying to follow the actual stems too much. That's because I do need to go quickly. I can't, you know, just take forever coloring the stamp. I do need to move somewhat quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and color these grasses here pretty boldly because I don't want that. I won't want too much of that mossy meadow. Some of it's good, but I don't want all of it. If I go over some of my flower, oh well. After I've actually stamped, I can go in and kind of fix whatever I didn't really like how I did it. And you'll see what I mean when we get to that. All right, so this is my last green. I kind of need to make sure I get everything covered here. This is the part here at the end that gets a little dicey. It's like, did I get it all, or is there going to be a big, it's like your Christmas tree. Did I get the lights all in the right place? If not, it's the Griswold's final plug in the tree. Let's see if there's a big gaping hole on the left side of the tree where I did not get lights on it. Okay, and last one. I'm gonna risk ruining the nib of my pen a little bit. Now it really won't ruin it because what I can do is color wherever I think I might have gotten some extra ink. We'll color it off, and you can blow on it. That actually gives you some moisture onto it. And there you go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so out of the chaos, you do want to color it, comes something really pretty. And so it's the first time you've done it, you're gonna wonder, did I actually get this colored well? Oh well, is it all dried? You do have some time. As you can see, you've got some time to go ahead and just keep coloring. Now, if there's a little stem I didn't quite get, I can connect it. This is where your little fine tip part is going to come in handy if you want to connect something up that didn't quite transfer as well as you wanted. For the most part, I'm pretty happy with that. I think it looks great. If there's another spot I wanted to add in a grass, well, if there is, I'm not really seeing one, but if there is, there you go. You can just add it in. And if there's a color of flower that I, well, didn't quite get as well as I wanted, like I think there's a spot here where I missed a couple of those little berries. So I'll just add those in. The centers of these flowers are empty, so you can go back with your yellow if you want, fill those in, or you can leave them blank, or put, some other color if you wanted. But leaving them white is very pretty too, and I am going to leave it. Beautiful. Now, all I need to do is figure out which mat I want to put under here. Do I want to put my Magenta Madness? That's going to really pop out if I do that. Do I want to put my Pineapple Punch? Now, this is a retired color, but I love it. Pineapple Punch. This would be very bright and sunny. I don't think there's any Cinnamon Cider. This is Soft Sea Foam. That would be kind of nice, but I think we're going to go ahead and just make it a real bright one, won't we? And let's do our Magenta Madness, and we'll just leave it. Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. A little bit of Old Olive. I don't think I got enough Old Olive in my strappy leaves. I didn't put any Old Olive, and it's my Granny Apple Green's not predominant. So if I have, do I have over here some Call Me Clover? I bet you I've got some. Where are you, Call Me Clover? I'm pretty sure I have a bit of you over here, because I worked with a bunch of Call Me Clover not long ago. So where are you? Huh, not seeing you. Maybe I don't have it handy. I do kind of want to see what Call Me Clover would look like right there. So let's have a peek if I can find a slice of it. I'm not. Here we go. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's not bad. Ready, with. This is what I do. Like, layer your mats. Let's see which one looks best. I think I'm going to just go without this green, and we're going to just do that. So since this is my color, I am going to want to stamp my sentiment with Magenta Madness. So that's why I was taking the time to figure out what kind of a mat I wanted to use there. And move some of my stuff to the side. We're going to use the Soar Confidently in Your Own Sky. Love that. That's going to be perfect for birthdays. It could be... Oh, hi, Sheila. Thank you so much. Have a great Christmas. Yes, it is almost Christmas. I cannot believe it's at the end of this week. think our son's gonna come down. We're gonna have a great time with him. It'll be really fun. Our weather is so beautiful that we're gonna be able to just do anything we want to, pretty much. We're not gonna be snowed in, that's for sure. All right, soar confidently in your own sky. I have cut this one down quite a bit around the edges because it was transferring ink where I didn't like it. And this card is gonna now have to be girly, but you know what? I could have made much different color combinations here, and you could make this a guy card easily, right? You could do all kinds of things. I do think this placement, though, is nice with this corner bouquet. Really happy with that. The corner bouquet design is really nice with any sentiment, but I love that playing with it. That's going to be good. All I need to do is just trim this down a tiny bit. And we'll put this on. Find which side I like the best. This is rough on this edge, so I definitely want that off. I need new blades. I didn't realize my blades are getting a little worn. I think we're pretty good here. So we've got 4, if I cut this, we'll have 4 inches. And I think we're good on that. So we can cut this, our standard 5 1/2 and 4 1/4. Let's get this side because I see a corner kind of messed up there a little bit. And that will be our mat. And we'll get this glued on here and out and about. So very quick card. Again, if you are looking to have people join your team, make sure you're showing them all of the wonderful things coming up in our celebration, telling them about how they can save money by spending money. Take some spending it to save, right? And it does, and it's good. I love being able to buy these stamps. It's fun. Fun. It's helped keep my weight off. And in the new year, a lot of people are going to be looking to do stuff like that. So it's a good way to encourage them to do it. So I already had this cardstock all ready to go. I'm not going to put any ribbon on it. I'm not going to do anything. It's just a simple put together. And so I hope that you guys are having a good week. Got all your shopping done. You're all ready to enjoy the holidays. And just this morning I was listening to some Psalms as I was doing my exercise, and it was the make Jesus the desire. Of course, that's not the word it says in Psalms, but it's the reference is to the Messiah. So it's make Jesus the desire of your heart, and you will have all the desires of your heart, like all of them. And so I'm just going to encourage everybody to make Jesus the desire of your heart, and you get everything you want. It works out beautifully. Now, you might get some things that you wanted that you didn't know you wanted. Maybe you didn't even want it when you got it, but it will work out best. Life does. Our aim is to love God, enjoy Him forever. That's really what our goal is, and it's pretty easy to do when He gives us so many good things. So you have a wonderful Christmas, and praying for good health for you and for everybody. There's so many people in the hospital, so I'm praying for those people that they get better soon. I'm glad that so many of them are. That's very, very much of a blessing. And soar confidently in your own sky. Like we could do anything else, right? The sky is pretty much the sky. So make it your own sky. Make it a good one. And have a wonderful week. I will see you next time. Thanks for sharing. Bye.